So welcome to my 2022 roundup video just before Christmas. I just want to round up the pedals that I've been doing this year and what's on for next year in the way of pedal building and things that I'm going to be up to on this channel. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's subscribed this year. I've had quite a lot of subscribers compared to the year before. I've tried to improve the quality of my videos slightly just to get people to watch them, otherwise there's not much point. To start off this year, in January, I was halted in everything that I was going to do because I saw on Tagboard Effects the He's a Mitas layout, an Earthquaker Devices pedal that's probably out last year. He put the Vero layout up there in January, and I was like, I've got to stop everything that I'm doing just to build this pedal. And build it I did. And I built it in this Tetsuo Japanese sort of horror box, and I put the octave up switch on it because I knew that the octave up was really good with fuzz pedals. So that worked quite well, and it's a pedal that I really like. I don't use it in as much as I'd like in the stuff that I play regularly. I do quite like a more tighter distortion in what I play, but this is a brilliant pedal, really brilliant pedal. It's so good that I actually went out and bought a He's a Mitas myself, just to compare. You can go back and watch that video and see the comparison video that I did with this and the He's a Mitas, and you'll hear that they sound exactly the same. So if you've got the ability to make one, then by all means make one for yourself, which is what I did here. But I also have one purchased. So that's that. I made a Ruby amp. I wanted to make, like this orange like small amp here, I wanted to make something that I could just plug in and play whenever I wanted to, instead of plugging in these huge amps that I have around here. I made a little amplifier. It's really crap. It's just a tiny little 1 watt, half a watt maybe speaker. But I made a switch so that you can plug this into a 4x12. Again, go back, have a look at the video for this. I did 3 videos because it took me a long time to figure out how to make this. And I ended up making it with a tone knob on it. Doesn't sound as good as I wanted it to sound, but it just was a dip in the toe of the waters of, dipping my toe in the waters of building amps. I think I want to make this into something that's a bit more like this, but probably put like a sun buzz effect in it or something like that, so it's like a tiny little sun amp. Brilliant. As I said before, I made some octave up pedals, and then I made this, which didn't get a lot of views, and I was like, I wonder why this didn't get a lot of views. I didn't ever finish this. This is a quantum defraculator 4-step sequencer with 3 drones inside it. And so drone 1 sequences and the other 2 drones just drone. Yeah, I've yet to put all the knobs on it and stuff, but because I was so excited about the way it sounded and just been using it in music and stuff like that, I just kept it as it is because it works. It's just a tool, it's just a studio tool, it doesn't have to look pretty. I mean, I love this, it's awesome. The Parasite Studio stuff's really cool. I've made quite a few of their pedals. They're all brilliant. This in particular was brilliant. I love it. Still use it, still love it. It's brilliant. I love drone synths. Drone synths are just my thing. Really love it. Then I did a Black Ash Fuzz. Just apparently that pedal's really rare. I just wanted to make it, see if this could get anywhere near like the sound that apparently it sounds like. I don't think mine sounded that much like it because they use really like weird components and stuff. But it was something for me to do, something to practice and you know, look at different components that people are using in pedals. It's just exciting to do that. And I made a Sun Beta Lead. The Sun Beta Lead, yeah, that Sun Beta Lead preamp, I wasn't that impressed with it really. It did have a lot of gain on it. Yeah, Sun Beta Lead circuit, it's a huge circuit for what it is. I was expecting a bit more for having to spend so much time building this thing. I've just left it as a Vero circuit. I may rewire this up again, or I may just build another one that's just the lead, not the bass as well. I didn't think that the two sounds were particularly, they didn't sound particularly different, to be honest. Yeah, wasn't amazingly, happy with it. But like I say, I want to make a small sun amp maybe. So if I could get this and stick it inside one of these, then you could have a portable sun amp sort of thing. But again, this circuit board's massive, so getting it to fit inside something like this, I don't know. Might have to rethink that, but it's just an idea I had. I made some tremolo pedals. Again, I was trying out different circuits of stuff. Like, I really love that. How Soon Is Now by Smiths, and love that tremolo effect on there, and I just like it in general. But I use my tremolo effect on my drone synths, just as an effect. I think it's cool. There's an effect called the Gristalizer. It's based on I don't know, maybe something that the guy from Throbbing Gristle used to use, and I just inspired by that really, but I never made one of those. But it's kind of like, sounds like a tremolo effect anyway. I made a HM2, built it, made it, conquered it. Did it sound like HM2? Not really, but kind of a little bit. So I wasn't that impressed with that either. It wasn't worth keeping, because it was just like, I botched the box when I boxed it up as well. So I was like, oh, there's no point keeping this, it's not that good. So I do want to make another HM2 circuit that's got like small amount of components and maybe like one knob, just to get that chainsaw effect, and just get the true chainsaw effect. So I'm still after doing something like that, I think. And then after all that, I went on to kind of like sort of design my own pedal. I started to read schematics a bit better, breaking down components, breaking down sections of components, schematics, and going, oh, here's the gain stage, here's the boost stage, here's the input and output stages. Generally kind of getting things together and then putting those schematics onto breadboards. And I made a breadboard of something, it was sort of like a hybrid of a boost pedal, a clean boost pedal, going into like half an Acapulco Gold, then going into sort of like a 3 transistor fuzz, and then going into like an octave. But it sounded, to me, it sounded really good. When I was here in the room, it sounded really good. I mean, I was eventually going to make this into my own pedal, but yeah, it's a lot of hard work making your own pedal and designing your own pedal. I refined it, and I was mucking about with it, and in the end, it was something that I'd pretty much say was, I could have called my own circuit, because it was all my own design. I took inspirations from different pedals, but it wasn't a clone of anything really. It was my own thing. So I've got it all written down. So if I want to return to that, I will. But it's just very daunting, the process of building your own pedal. Getting it to sound right, it can be incredibly frustrating. You can build something, but will it sound how you want it to sound is another thing. So yeah, it's a frustrating process, and yeah, I guess I gave up on building my own pedal in the end, but it's something I will return to. It's not something you can do in a day. You can try to do it in a day, but anyway. Then I went on to make a very easy reverb pedal out of an echo chip, and it was yeah, it was kind of inspired of, I went to go and see the Elvis movie, and just inspired by that old school slapback reverb that was apparently done on using two tape recorders, one slightly out of sync, and yeah, it's a really good effect. It's a really good effect. I can't remember. You'd have to go back in my YouTube videos, and you see easy reverb, no belt and brick, because usually when you're making a reverb pedal, you use a belt and brick. Like I made the Earthquaker Ghost reverb, Ghost Echo reverb, and that uses the belt and brick and the echo chip as well. I want to make the levitation pedal because that just uses the belt and brick and no echo chips in there at all. So it's purely using a belt and brick reverb tank, and apparently that reverb is got something special about it. So I wouldn't mind putting that together, just seeing what that sounds like. Because I am still after. I love the Ghost Echo though, just because of those ghosty trails that it makes. But I am after making something that's like just another reverb. I'm trying to chase this reverb that I had on a digital effects thing when I was younger. So then I made a dying battery effect. So that emulates the kind of effect of if you had a 9-volt battery in your effect pedal. It kind of emulates the effect of that battery dying. It's kind of cool. You also kill the volume as you kill the battery. It might be cool for something. I think it's a cool thing to put inside an effect, so you've got that as well as your effect. But standalone, I don't know. It's like another studio tool sort of thing. If you wanted to kind of make a really gritty fuzz tone, it's pretty good for that. Again, all my videos are in from the previous year. They're all there for you to look at. After that, what did I make? I made a few boost circuits based on the life pedal boost, because I was like, I like the life pedal, but I was like, what would that boost sound like in front of other pedals? So I took that boost circuit out, and basically it's just a BS170 MOSFET transistor, and that just gives you a clean boost. It boosts your clean signal. Doesn't colour your tone at all. So if you boost your signal and you put a fuzz on it, it sounds like it would, but just a little bit more, like sprinkling a little bit of sugar on top of an existing fuzz pedal. So, you know, I really like that. I really like that clean boost. It's a really good touch to a pedal. Like if you want to just add something special to a pedal, put a clean boost on it. I made another life pedal. So, like I said before, I was designing my own pedal. I wanted to, you know, I like the band Sun, and you know, I just wanted to. At the time, we couldn't get live pedals, and you know, they cost a fortune. I wanted to see what it sounds like, you know, just mess about with it, listen to the tones that it brings through. I mean, that's just a clone of a Rat pedal, really, with an octave on it. But I mean, it was good for me to hear that in order to see what I like and what I don't like, and what kind of effects I want to use on my own music as well. I love the Rat pedal for some stuff, but yeah, I just need something a bit clearer, I think. So I've always loved LED clipping on pedals, so I wanted to have something with LED clipping in it. I love the fact of this asymmetric clipping as well. And one thing I learned about making the live pedal, I've seen a teardown video of it, and they pointed out that they used a 5mm LED with the clipping to get the clipping smoother. And I'm like, it kind of makes sense, really. And it looks nicer. So I've just started using 5mm LEDs for the clipping now, in all instances whenever I use clipping. So, you know, doing exercises like that is great to teach you about, you know, how quality pedals are made, and little touches like that people make into pedals that, you know, those are the type of things that make good pedals. The live pedals, you know, I wouldn't say it's an exceptional pedal. I think it's a bit of a gimmick, to be honest, because it's just a Rat pedal with a boost on it and an octave switch. And now they've brought out this live pedal with an octave switch, and it's like, yeah, duh, I made one of those ages ago. Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess everyone was crying out for it because they just want to slam on the octave on a chorus or something like that, but that's what I got when I was using the live pedal. I was like, I wish the octave wasn't on a dial. I wish you could just turn it on. So I made this, and it's like, this hasn't got a Rat pedal in it. This has got like a 4 transistor fuzz in it with LED clipping and octave and boost switch. So it's pretty much the same as a live pedal. Anyway, I'll get to that. But yeah, the live pedal, just made it just to see what it sounds like, test it out, and figure out whether like Russian germanium diodes are like any difference of 4148 diodes. And you know, you gotta think, if you're playing a gig, is someone gonna walk in the room and go, he's using germanium diodes? I can tell. You'd never tell. You just wouldn't be able to tell. It's there are some purists out there. I mean, if you want to make something that's really cool, really like, you know, quality, then yeah, use those things. But if you're just making a bunch of 100 pedals and like, use 4148s, save yourself some money, save the customer some money. Anyway, then I made a chorus pedal. Brilliant. Love chorus. Awesome. Don't buy fake chips off eBay. That's what I realised with that. The actual chorus chips, the chorus IC chips, is a 3001, I think it's called. Yeah, that costs you about $25 over here. But yeah, if you want to build a proper chorus, you need one of those. Built a ring modulator. Again, Parasite Studio, really cool. And then let's talk about my custom distortion pedal. I was in the studio and I was using this Xmas sort of clone with the octave switch on it, and I was like, I need something that's just because the Xmas does sound quite a bit like the Rat pedal, but it's a bit more crunchy. And then it had this octave switch on it, and I wanted an octave stomp on it. So like I say, I can stomp on in choruses and stuff like that. And it was a bit muddy, this, for me. I want something that's a bit more tighter to use. So I made a 4 transistor fuzz with LED clipping with a boost on it as well. So I've got distortion, boost, and then the octave on there. The octave's blendable, so you can blend in as much of it as you want. Tone and distortion. This is a brilliant pedal. I love it. After building pedals for nearly 2 years, you decide what you like. And I like this. I love transistors. I don't really like IC sort of distortions. I love transistor distortion. So that's what I built. And yeah, that's on my pedal board all the time now. I mean, going back like nearly 2 years ago, before I made pedals, I was using a Boss DS1 with a HM2 to give me some boost, and then I used a HM2 to give me some boost or just some dirt sound, and a Boss Metal Zone. I love the Metal Zone. Yeah, it's an awesome sound, but yeah, this is the closest I could kind of get to that sound without it being too over the top, with it sounding vintagey kind of with the transistors. So yeah, I don't know, it's all personal preference at the end of the day. So yeah, so after that, you know, I've been making pedals for like, yeah, nearly 2 years, and been making them on Veriboard, like this. That's this strip board. But eventually, like, you get done with that, and you know, you've earned your stripes making the Veriboard layouts. I've made a lot of these, you know. Not all of them have worked, but I've made a lot of them. I'd say 95% of them work. But then I had to get on to something else. And that's where I did my last video, which was the hand-etched board, which I put in this boost circuit. So I made a little boost pedal. It's got a hand-etched, hand-developed circuit board in there that I drew with a Sharpie, and then put it all into this small enclosure. And so from now, I want to start making my own circuits. I want to etch my own boxes. I don't know if I want to buy a laser etcher to do this with, or if I want to do it with chemicals. But I want to make my own pedals like that. I want them to be quality. I don't know if I want to sell them. I'm not sure if I want to sell them. I might like give them away as gifts to people. you know, I've had some people who are interested in my pedals. I'll say, I'll make you one for free. Like, I don't mind, what do you want? See people in other bands, you know, I like what they do musically. Give me one of your vinyls and I'll make a pedal. That sort of thing at the moment. I'm not really into this whole building pedal. It's not a viable income. It's not a viable source of income, really, I don't think, unless you are savvy with the business end of it and you've got your own ideas. You can't go cloning pedals for the rest of your life. So that's it. So yeah, in 2023 I want to start etching away. I might buy myself a laser printer and print these things up, etch them and things like that, and maybe sell them on a small scale maybe. I'm going to be writing a lot, so my videos are going to be coming out loads, but you'll see them from time to time. I'm still here building pedals, but I'm writing some of my own music as well, getting that off the ground. Generally just having fun, because that's what this is all about. A lot of people take this pedal building stuff too seriously, and you know, at the end of the day it's a hobby. Have fun with it. Don't get online and get like cranky with everybody, because it's just a pedal, and it's just like, you know, life's too short, eh? Anyway, enjoy. It's been on Holy Audio for 2022. Happy Christmas.